Welcome back. You're tuned in Closing Bell, and we are coming to you live from the CNBC-TV18 Motilal Oswal studio. Well, today if you need to look at the markets, you'll have to break it up into two halves. Those are looking at the large cap names will say, wow, my portfolio is doing so well. And some part of the street will say, hey, I'm down and a bit knocked out, at least for today's session. And that's been the trend for the last few sessions as well. But Nimesh is here to help us out. Nimesh, large caps, if your portfolio is tilted towards that, then you'll be feeling good. But mid caps, there is still a lot of pain.
Oh, and it looks like that pain may continue in the month of March. That's what we've been explaining as well, right? There will be year-end pressures, adjustments of books as well. So maybe for the next few days until of 20th of March, the feedback is you will see some bit of sideways moves, the pressure in the broader markets, in the mid-cap stocks. So that's playing out in today's trade as well. But I'll tell you, today's a good, strong comeback from the bulls, right? The market is at almost at back to days high. Barring NBFCs and the gas stock which are highlighted, most of the other sectors and stocks have recovered from the day's low. So that's quite a statement, right? And even in terms of flows, it's been quite mixed, and that's been the trend for the last many days. Also in today's trade, just note that there were two large blocks, and in both the blocks the sellers were FDI, so it reflected only on the buy side. So that is something we need to read into when we look at the FI and the DI data. Again, there is a clear indication now that the money is shifting back to the bank stocks. Yesterday was a day for the PSU bank stocks. Today is a day for the private banks. So looks like the NBFC crisis means that a lot of investors are shifting towards the margin of safety, and that is towards the large cap names within the banks and the PSU stocks as well. So that clearly seems to be the trend now. But I guess from a market perspective, looks like the large caps will continue to outperform, and the pain in mid cap and small cap may just be there until the end of this month.
Nimesh, if a bull had a wish list today, they would say that at one point of time, only 250 stocks on the NSE were advancing. That number is almost at around 500 now. So quite a few stocks have recovered. In the next half hour, or if you could see few more stocks recover, that'll be good news, at least from a portfolio perspective. But individual stocks, what do you pick up?
So in terms of individual names, the first stock on my list is Oracle Finance. This has been one of the biggest outperformer within the IT names, Y2D, if you look at the charts. And again, at these levels, after a stock is off almost 50%, there are fresh buying interest. So again, buy flows from larger FIs in Oracle, and that's why that stock is relatively outperformed today. The second name is VodafoneIdea. Ever since the company has announced the board meeting and the EGM next month for fundraising, first signs of some bit of institutional interest back in this particular stock. So there are large buy orders, is what I understand, from larger FIs in VodafoneIdea in today's trade. Though the stock is under pressure, but there is buying interest there. The third name is JuniperHotels. The recent listing been a bit of consolidating in the last couple of days, but again, looks like the buying interest is back from larger FIs. So expect high delivery volumes in JuniperHotels in today's trade. And the last is a couple of the bank stocks. Well, we spoke about banks doing good today. Both South Indian Bank and Karur Vysya Bank are under pressure, and largely on back of sell flows. So expect high delivery volumes on the sell side in both these stocks, and hence those stocks are underperforming within the banking basket today.
Today, Nimesh, right?
Sorry.
No, I'm saying no blocks today, but
no.
more, at least not immediately.
I actually wanted to add. In fact, just before I came for the link, I messaged few buy side guys. Anything that I should mention, and I got some smileys also. But I guess there are some blocks lined up. So ITC is lined up. The large block in Interglobe is pending. So there are few which are lined up. But given that it's a truncated week, tomorrow is the last day. You may not see on Thursday, but of course from Monday onwards, you'll probably see it's resuming again.
All right, Nimesh, thanks very much for that interesting list. That bit on VodafoneIdea, interesting certainly. First signs of institutional activity in a name like Vodafone. By the way, look at Max Healthcare. We were talking about hospitals, right?